Hi guys, it's Jaden here, and today I wanted to introduce you to our chickens. I don't have a lot of experience with chickens. When I was younger, I remember having chickens maybe 2 different times, and I was pretty young, so they all wound up dying. Nobody in my family, I don't think, had ever had a lot of experience raising chickens. We had a beef farm, and my mom worked on a dairy farm for a while. But no, we didn't take proper care of the chickens and didn't understand why they had died. And now actually, I think I know why they died. Chickens can die very easily. So that's why I hope that my failings may save you from yours. So anyways, I bought 9 chickens, 5 light Brahmas and 4 Rhode Island Reds. And I currently have 4 light Brahmas left and 2 Rhode Island Reds. And the first chicken that I lost, I think, was due to defect. It was the next day and it was dead. They had food, they had water, everything was pretty clean as it can be for chickens overnight. They had heat. None of the other ones were bothered. I never noticed anything wrong with it, and that just happens. Chickens are not strong animals. They are very... You have to be careful with chickens. A lot of them had pasty butt, and so I have to, well, I don't have to anymore, they're fine now. But I had to clean it with a wet rag twice a day for most. There were 5 with pasty butt, and then after a couple days, it would drop by number, and they would be fine. That's not a big deal, as long as you can clean it and maybe change a couple of factors around the brooder. Then I had 2 that succumbed to coccidiosis, and they got coccidiosis because they were being kept in the bathroom, and the bathroom is humid and moist, and even if you have a fan on or a window open, there's still too much moisture in there for chickens. They can't, coccidiosis will breed faster than anything in those conditions. So I lost 2. Thankfully, I noticed that it was happening because one was sick and died. The second one got sick. I quarantined it. I bought medicated feed because where I live, there's not like specific medications for chickens. There's coccidiosis medications for cows and things like that, but there weren't any for chickens, so I just bought medicated feed, starter feed, that you can find anywhere. If I could make one recommendation, it would be, even if you don't want to use medicated feed because you want to be more natural, keep it on hand because they die quick. It was like 12 hours and they were dead. But thankfully I only lost 2. I thought I was gonna lose a third, but all that happened to that one was its leg got wet, and it was fine after that. We dried it off and held it for a while to warm it up more, and it was fine. After like 2 hours it started walking around again perfect. But the light Brahmas never got the coccidiosis. It was only the Rhode Island Red, so I would assume that the Brahmas are a little more hardy than Rhode Island Reds, a little tougher. And it does seem like they're growing a lot faster than the Rhode Islands are, but I think I have 2 roosters because they're feathering really slow. They had the wingtip thing, you know, they didn't have separate wingtips when they were 1 day old, so I think that I have 2 roosters, which may be a problem, but I'm not worried about it right now until I know for sure. The gender, I don't know for sure. But I don't know if I have any other advice on heat lamps. I started out with a heat lamp, but I switched to the heat plate just because there are some times where I'm gone for a couple hours for like church or picking up our son or whatever, you know, that I'm not home. And it made me really nervous to have heat lamps over saw chips because it's very flammable. So I switched, and the chickens actually seem to like it more because they can regulate their temperature a lot better. And it's got an adjustable height to it. So each week that goes by when you're supposed to decrease the temperature by 5 degrees, I've been raising it. And they're getting bigger, so they need more room under it. But that works out pretty well, if I can suggest that to anybody. It's a little more expensive than a heat lamp, but I would honestly say it's worth it to not worry about your house burning down. But without further ado, I shall introduce you to our nameless chickens. So here are our chickens. We have the 4 light Brahmas. Those are the yellow ones that have the white and black wings. And then obviously the Rhode Island Reds are the red ones. And I think you can tell that this one is the largest chicken and kind of picks on the other ones, but nothing too brutal. I guess I've never noticed an issue with it. They just do that. And then we have the 2 little ones that are just starting to get their wings. Sometimes I need to get a cover. I need to get a cover for these guys because they're going to fly out pretty soon. They do try. I guess I couldn't say that they're trying to fly out, but they do hover for a couple seconds and get up there. And they're very curious. They also follow the leader. If one chooses to go and eat, they all follow, as you can see here. They're a little mindless. They just do as they please, but they just fall in line, pecking order. I don't know. It's just what they do. And this is just what they do all day. They sleep, and then they get up, and they all eat, and they all drink, and then they all go back under the heat plate, and they all sleep. Like I said, they're not very loud unless they're unhappy. So that's a plus. I was really worried about bringing them in our bedroom. But yeah, they're supposed to be fully feathered by 6 weeks, which I can see that happening because it is like overnight and they have more feathers, and it's so awesome to watch. And they're a little skittish, which is something that I've been trying to handle them, but I don't want to stress them out either. But they do let us hold them. They're at the age now that I'm fine with my kids holding them or petting them a little bit. They're not quite as fragile. But I do try to limit the kids' exposure to them because they are young. Both of them are young, the chickens and the children. But it is so, if you can have chickens, I would definitely suggest it. It is so fun. Oh, and here's my saw chips that I keep on handy in my room, which cause a mess. But I got the giant bag, and that's all I've used for 2 weeks. So I'm very thankful that I bought this giant bag. So that I always had saw chips on hand. Oh, there's, you see it trying to flap its wings? I think this other one does too. And their wings are so huge compared to their bodies. Oh, so cool. But I'm gonna stop talking now. I'll do an update on the chickens, maybe weekly, so that you can kind of see how they're growing. If you can see the little ones with the barely any wings, that's about how they all looked a little bit before a week old. And then they got to the point where the bigger ones are at now. And this is our heat plate, which is a little dirty because chickens are dirty animals, but they love it. And it acts as a mama hen, and it's really cool. Thank you guys for watching. And if you want to subscribe, that would be awesome. Thank you to my 3 subscribers. I can't believe it. 1 video, 3 subscribers. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.